Hello and welcome to this module where we are going to look at a feature in MS Project called the task path. Now the task path is a feature that helps us to see the relationship between tasks. We achieve this by applying color formatting to the Gantt chart bars of the selected tasks, predecessors and successor tasks. So what it means is that you select a particular task and then MS Project will give color to the predecessors as well as the successors of the particular task that you have selected. So in that way, you'll be able to see a group of tasks to the left with one color and another group of tasks to the right with a different color. Thereby, you know these are the tasks that come before this particular task, and then the other group are the tasks that come afterwards. We can also keep track of the predecessor tasks that affect the scheduling of their successor tasks. As you might know already, that for each task there may be two or more predecessor tasks, and it is not all of them that affect the scheduling of the particular task that we are dealing with. So the task path can help us to see which of the predecessors has got the most effect on the scheduling of the task that we have selected. We can also highlight the driving successor tasks as well. This is because when you select the particular task, they are the successor tasks that come after it, but among those successor tasks, there could be one or two that have got an impact on the scheduling of this task that we have selected. Let's look at how we can turn on the task path. Firstly, what we need to do is to select a task that has got both successor and preceding tasks so that we may be able to see the effect of applying the task path. So I'm going to drag this to the left so that I can see more of the bars here. To apply the task path formatting, what we do is select a task and then we go to the Format tab, and then you look for Bar Styles group, which is this one, and then on the Bar Styles group you'll find there is a task path icon which also has a filter arrow. So this filter arrow means that there is another menu, which is a filter menu, which has got options for this particular command. So what we are going to do is we are going to select predecessors, and then you go back and let's select successors. So in other words, we have so far selected to highlight predecessors and successors. So the task that you are viewing currently remains with the default color of blue. So if I change my cursor to the next task, that becomes the current task, and the one that I was having before is now colored together with the predecessors of the selected task. So it means that this formatting is not a permanent coloring on the screen. It formats the predecessors and the successors of whichever task you have selected. So when you select any task, it highlights the predecessors as well as the successors. So this is a very good way of seeing the task relationships on the Gantt chart. So besides seeing the predecessors and successors, you can also go back to the format, bar styles, and task path, and look for the driving predecessor. So the driving predecessor has got a different color. So because we said that these tasks are happening straight after each other, so according to their start and finish dates, we don't have any flexibility, meaning that every task before this particular one is actually a driving predecessor, because any changes in any of the tasks is going to affect or to drive the scheduling of this task that is selected there. So it is possible that you could have some tasks that have got flexibility. In other words, if they shift 1 or 2 days, it wouldn't affect the scheduling of this particular task. And then you will have other tasks that have no flexibility. In other words, if you shift them 1 or 2 days, they affect the task we are looking at. So the ones that affect the scheduling of the task we are looking at, those are the driving predecessors as well. It also helps us to highlight the tasks that come after this particular task which were highlighted, which are driven by this task. In other words, it says which tasks that are coming later are affected by the scheduling of this particular item. So those are the ones that are called the driven successor tasks. So the driven successor tasks can be formatted by going to format, task path on the bar styles, and then you click on driven successors. And you'll discover that if our scheduling is exact and there is no flexibility, then every successor task becomes a driven task, because all of them are affected even if we change this task by a single day. If you'd like to turn off the task path formatting, all you do is go back to format, then under the bar styles you click on the filter arrow, and then you select remove highlighting. So this is going to remove the highlighting of the task path, and you are back to your normal Gantt chart. So I'd like you to try this task path formatting. As I said, you start it anywhere. You simply click on a task, then you go to format, and then on the bar styles you select the task path, but you click on the filter arrow, and then you select whichever ones you want to be highlighted. So you can select them one by one. Start with predecessors. You can see that the successors are still the normal color. Then you go back to format, then task path, then you say successors, and then it highlights the successors. So do that, and then you can save your document. You will notice that when I click on a summary task, it does not show the task path formatting, because the summary task is combining all the subtasks that are under it, and therefore it does not show task path formatting on its own. So you need to click on the individual subtasks in order for you to see the task path formatting. Alright, so we'll see you in the next module when you're done with your exercise.